This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. Hey friends, nature's calling with the new Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature expansion pack. New skills, gnomes, fairies, and magical builds await. But before you grab your copy, consider applying my creator code at checkout. Thanks to EA's Support a Creator program, if you type in Symtherin, I will receive a small commission. It's at no extra cost to you, and it helps me keep creating magical content. Alright, go build something cozy, and don't forget, creator code Symtherin. Hey, thanks for Slythering-in. I am Symtherin. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome on in. I hope you guys are all doing fantastic. Before we really get chatting, I do want to send another thank you to EA and the EA Creator Network for giving me early access and gifting me a code for the new Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature expansion pack. I am so excited, and let me tell you guys, I was so excited. I honestly didn't know what to build at first. Like, I have so many ideas, and I went through 3 or 4 like first initial attempts before I finally kind of stuck with this one. So I was a little stressed out at first because I was really trying to get this video out right before the release so that you guys can kind of hear my thoughts and see what is exciting and new with the new build by menu and all of the items and things. So I am glad I'm getting this out now. And yeah, if you guys have any specific ideas for what you want to see, let me know, because I have a long list, and I have like such a long list of ideas of videos I want to make with and without this pack. Let's just say that. But adding this pack to that list of things is I have a longer list than I have time, if that makes any sense. But we are going to slowly chip away at it, and we are going to make it happen. The shape of this build now is pretty much all together, and of course at some point I have to start trying out the new base game feature where we can put plants and things on the roof. I also end up putting a little greenhouse kind of thing too for glass walls. Now, before I did this build, like literally the day before, over the weekend, I finally had some time to sit down with a base game build and pretty much play around with like those new features that came with the July 1st update. So stay tuned for that, because that'll be coming at some point where I'm going to talk probably a little more about those base game features. But overall, I'm a very happy builder. Okay, let's just say that much. I should also mention that this build in particular is a limited pack build. This is a base game and Enchanted by Nature only build. I tend to like to do that with my first go with a new pack, and usually I do a starter home, but I was kind of struggling with the budget and really wanted to explore a lot of different things. And right now, and well, throughout this whole build, I don't use any of those new windows and doors. For the most part, I am only using base game items for those things. I need to figure out exactly what I want to do with them. That is my struggle. So that is why I landed on this somewhat like suburban type build, to also kind of see how these items would work in a more like classic, and I say classic in air quotes, like your classic Sims build. Like I'm talking blue suburban, like little Simsy build type thing. Not saying that like is classic, but classic, at least in my opinion. Okay, maybe I'm over talking that point, but we are working on the roofline, and ultimately I put this on some platforms for stairs instead of like a foundation. I think it would look cute with a foundation too, but that is just ultimately the decision I ended up with. We also have like some makeshift flower boxes in the front, and now I'm trying to figure out a yard situation because this is a pretty like long lot. And it's so funny, I was trying to keep this build somewhat small, and then it still ends up being 3 bedrooms. I honestly didn't think I would have enough room for that until I actually went in and started playing with the floor plan. But anyway, oh, back here, I lied. I do use one door from the new pack. It's the back door here, and I use it in the swatch where the glass is like a little butterfly, maybe like fairy wings. I think it's super cute. And I really like this fencing that I have right now with all like the greenery and flowers along it. But I thought it ended up looking a little too busy, so I swap it out for the other fence from the pack in the white swatch. So you'll see that. Right now we're adding greenery on the roof. And I gotta say, putting it on the roof is a little buggy because sometimes you try and place it, and even if you have your move objects cheat on, it glows red, and it says that you cannot intersect or insect. What am I trying to say? Intersect is the right word. You can't intersect this object with roofs, but I'm like, that's kind of the whole point. So like most things and most updates we get, and I know I just said I wasn't going to talk too much about this, but it kind of came up naturally. So like, think round rooms. Those are pretty buggy, right? And naturally, I would only expect some like tweaks that need to be made. But here we are now adding the greenhouse with the glass walls. And I gotta be honest, I was a little confused when I was looking for them at first. And I know, I swear, I keep saying I'm not going to talk about it, but it's right here in front of us and we have to talk about it. So I had a hard time finding those, but they are in wallpaper in case anyone's looking. And we're trying to play around with the roof trim and things, but I ended up with a base game one, and it's pretty simple with an awning and things. So I thought it was really cute. What I also like about the kind of more exterior items from the new pack are the columns. We have two variations in columns. One that's more like kind of polished and put together. I use those on like the bottom floor here. And then on the second floor, I kind of added them on top. The second versions, which are more like, they look more like a tree branch, I guess. Like the texture and stuff, they're kind of like windy. Think of like a wand. That's what I think, but it's just in column form. So I thought that was fun. I ended up using this like archway here from the new pack, and that is funny because I didn't even think to look for gates because there is a gate that comes with the pack. I ultimately find it later and try and put it there, but I didn't really like the look. I kind of like this a little more, so that's where that came from. Now I'm using some debug items to kind of landscape with. And I say this every time a new pack comes in, I always have to check out that debug menu because some of my favorite packs, Cottage Living, Horse Ranch, they have great debug menu items from landscaping to like little rock pieces. So up here in front, you'll see I kind of lined the bushes with these rock pieces, but fun fact, those same pieces I think come with, I think Growing Together was that pack it came with? Yes, it's that pack, I'm pretty sure. So a lot of debug items do tend to be repeating, which I'm not really upset about. But I did see some like fencing debug pieces and stone walls that I'm really excited to use in a future build, and rocks and things. And like tree stumps and large tree branches where I think you can make like your builds look more like treehouse builds. So I'm very excited to do that because I have tried treehouse builds in the past that have never seen the light of day because I couldn't figure it out and I didn't feel like trying to play with it. And I know I've seen so many other simmers do it and I've watched videos, and I'm sorry, sometimes I just don't have the patience to kind of try and finagle it to work the way I want. And if I don't like it a certain way, then I'm not gonna finish the build. So I'm hoping that would make it a little easier for me to try and do a treehouse. So I have a couple of ideas there too. Oh, the little welcome mat. I had to use the little gnome welcome mat here because this world loves gnomes. I can't even tell you which neighborhood I'm in right now, because that's just how excited I was to get to building. Okay, I just kind of picked a lot. I've like looked at a few lots. There's a lot that I do plan to build on pretty soon is pretty much up in a tree, and the lighting's a little weird there. So I was like, let me wait a minute and see what I want to do here before I try and record a whole video. So this lot in particular kind of felt like the safe, happy medium, like a little safe bet. We have some cute little planters and things. These are like tabletop planters. I will be putting them around the build on the interior. I just pulled out the apothecary table that is in the backyard here. And in the greenhouse, I get a bench, a woodworking table, and then just some different plants and planters and things to kind of fill up this greenhouse. There's really not too much in here. It's a pretty small greenhouse. But I mean, I think that gives you plenty of opportunity to kind of fill it up however you want. These are the tabletop planters I was just talking about. Those are super cute. And in here, I put them on this little tree looking end table that I really like. And that makes an appearance a couple times in this build. On this side, I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't know what to do over here. I was like, I just have all this space. I put more planters. I put a bike. I switch out this picnic table for a different one from base game, and then I put the new swing set that came with this pack, which we have a lot of swing sets, I feel like, in the game, and sometimes I'm like, do we really need one? But I also really like the aesthetic of this one, so I am not mad. We are moving on to the interior now, and I'm trying so hard to use these doors and make them work. I end up leaving them. So these doors are the new ones from the pack, obviously. And they have little pretty intricate designs on them. I really like these archways too, so I'm really excited to use them some more. And now we are moving on to the kitchen. So these new counters, I almost said cabinets because that's my next thought, is these new counters are really cool. I really like how they like look like trees a little bit, and they're very like maybe like homemade. That's what they look like or feel like to me anyway. So it really looks like something that would be in a tree house, right? And then they have matching cabinets. Thank you, Sims team, for giving us a kitchen set, a full kitchen set. I wish we did get some appliances. I do wish we had a fridge and a stove that maybe match the vibe a little bit. We have that one base game stove that looks a little like wood burning stove, kind of older, maybe more medieval, say, but we don't really have a fridge that matches that, so it's really hard. So I just went with the basic white swatch for some of the, like the older looking appliances for this one in the base game. But we also managed to get a 6-seater. I almost couldn't count. I was like, is that 5 or 6? A 6-seater dining table in here that is fully functional. We have a like little hutch or bookshelf. I think it's a hutch on one wall, and now we're just adding up some clutter. We have this gorgeous like branch leafy like chandelier looking thing. I absolutely love that statement piece, and I'm going to be using it a lot. The curtains we got that you kind of peeked a little bit on one of these, you'll see them in other rooms too, are really cute and come in some really nice swatches. Just a reminder to you all too, I recently posted in my YouTube's community posts tab that I am hosting a giveaway for this pack, also sponsored by EA. There is still time to go in and enter it. I will be drawing the winners on Friday, July 11th at like 9 p.m. Central, Eastern, I forget what it is. All the information is on that post. All you have to do is open up the Google form, answer like 2 to 3 questions. It literally takes less than 2 minutes to enter, and voila, I will randomly select a winner and will contact you in whatever way you tell me. That's one of the questions on the forums. So if you are interested or on the fence, but maybe you can't like swing the money right now and you really want it right now because you're so excited for fairies and things, check that out. This back room off the kitchen is a little office. I figure you can also probably turn this into another small bedroom or nursery if you need to. I end up not putting a computer in here because I felt like this house wouldn't have a computer, but obviously computers are very helpful with gameplay, so if you need to, you have a place there. We also have an easel in here because I feel like I've been using those a lot, at least adding them to my builds a lot more recently. They're just easy ways to make money and gain skill and stuff, so I've been adding it. We are now decorating this bathroom down here. This was hard because I like the bathroom items we got with this kit, but for a suburban home, not so much. I do keep the toilet because I felt like I needed to or had to. We also got some new like backsplash tiling that I didn't use in the kitchen, but I'm using here. And I actually really like this trick to kind of make it look like the shower is tiled all around instead of just like on the one side of that stand-up tower. So I thought that was fun. And I used the mirror that came with this pack in here as well to kind of bring in that vibe. But for the most part, that's what the bathroom is. There is a second one that I don't think I record on camera, so you'll see that later. That one has a shower tub combo. And when I mean you'll see that later, I mean because at the end of the speed build, I always hop into live mode and then do like a little play testing. So stick around for that. Here we are in the living room. This living room's kind of like an awkward shape, and I hate when I do living rooms like that. It's not like long, but it's also not wide. I don't know. It's just like a big living room. But ultimately, I like how it turns out. We have this gorgeous new fireplace. We get two. So this one's like more of the woodsy, kind of really matches the kitchen counters and cabinetry. So that's fun. And then there's that other one you may have seen I pulled out for a quick second. It's very stone and mossy. So that makes me really think of like Hobbit hole, like living underground type vibes. So I can't wait to use that at some point. Like I am going to use it. Like I might even make a build centered all around that one piece. So I love it. We have a new little gallery wall art that I put up here that comes up with some cute swatches. There's like some ships and things, which I thought was super fun. And we have a cute lamp. And what else am I grabbing? I don't remember what I put out here. Oh, just like a room divider, just to fill up space. I've kind of been using those for corners and things, so I don't know. You tell me if you like it. We have moved on now to the toddler room. So we have a lot of good items in this pack that I feel like could make really cute toddler nursery kids room. For one, this wallpaper, absolutely stunning and gorgeous. I'm using it in this like reddish orange swatch, but there are a ton of other swatches that are really good too. This rug here comes in a few different cute swatches. I'm using it in this room and the kids room that we'll talk about in a second. And then, yeah, we're just adding some doll houses and some arts and crafts. And I hope we talk about the other kids room because now I'm looking at my little preview and I don't see it. Anywho, I really loved leaning into like this like little acorn vibe because I was seeing a lot of, oh, we do talk about the other room. Okay, so first, lots of acorns, that toy chest on nightlight, and that bedspread on the toddler bed. Super cute. And then this next room, I kind of themed it more mythological creature kind of vibe. We have this rug that has a mythical creature on there, and it's like a griffin or something, but I'm sorry if I'm blanking. It's been a very long day. I just got home from work and we're not going to talk about it. But we also have this cute little dragon plushie. I get the little freezer bunny fairy. Like this kid in here definitely is all about that mythological creature vibe and maybe really loves reading fantasies. I really like there's like dragon stuff in this build or like in this new pack because if you're like me and you're obsessed with like the romantasy genre these days, you've probably read Fourth Wing. I think I've talked about it before, but I'm actually really excited to do maybe something more with the dragon items that we get. Like there's a cool wallpaper that I want to use and we'll talk about that later because we're on our final room. This one, I end up using this pretty little canopy bed because I had to use it. And I use it in this green swatch. And that kind of stirred using all of these green base game furniture that I rarely ever get to use. So that's super fun. And I kind of like how it pairs with this blue wallpaper. I think if the wallpaper was green, it would be too much. But because the wallpaper is blue, I felt like I had free liberty and the ability to just use all of this green furniture. So that was super fun. Really, the only things in here from this pack are like the artwork and clutter, that little chair by the dresser, and that rug that I put down. That is such a fun rug. I just sized it up and pretty, pretty, pretty. I tried to use that treehouse bookshelf. It's not working in this build. I'll get it another day. But for the most part, this is the build, and the speed build part is over. So in just a quick second, we are going to go and hop into live mode. We'll do some play testing. We'll explore the build a little bit, maybe fix a few things. Oh, we get that like a little apothecary clutter on the dresser too. That's what I should have also mentioned. But I will see you in live mode in just a second. And we're back. We're here to play test the build today in Innisgreen, this little overgrown suburban home. And the Michelson family is back with us today, helping us out because they've just been so helpful with me and my family build so far, playtesting things. So yay, welcome back. Here it is though. From the outside, we have a pretty simple like front porch here. We have some planters down here that I'm not concerned about. We have this picnic table, and we have some swings here that I want to make sure. Let's ask to push someone. Let's see if we have like a little father-son moment here. That would be cute. And while we do that, maybe Celeste can test out our little greenhouse here. This one has plenty of planters and things going on. We also have a woodworking table here. Where are you going? Are we going all the way around for this? Hold on, we'll get back to the greenhouse in a second. You're gonna push from outside the fence? Oh, we're just gonna go right through it. Okay, sure. I mean, I can move that up a little bit. So we're not gonna deal with the welcome wagon. We don't have time for that. Anyway, Celeste. Oh my god, look at a fairy! Oh, I should have not canceled that. That would have been fun. Okay, whoops. Anyway, you might have something in your inventory to plant, so I'm going to place them in here, and we're going to make sure that you can get to this, plant all of those, and the kid is going to go splash in the toilet, so great. Let's just make sure we can get in this greenhouse okay. I am not really concerned about that too much. After that, she can make us dinner. Where is our toddler? You're just walking in. So I guess this is a good time to give you guys a little overview of the home as it is. You enter here into this little entryway. If you go straight, we have a little bathroom, our toilet functional, which is great. Let's have Celeste start making some food. Actually, while I do this, let's serve dinner and make sure. Just pick something. All right, so if you come this way, we're in the kitchen and dining space. There's a little office space back here, and on this side we have a little living space which you can enter from the front or back. Let's have these two maybe come and maybe let's sit here. Oh, we can play chess maybe. That actually might be fun. Play with Atlas. I'm just gonna let the kid do her thing over there. And before I forget, upstairs, we have 3 bedrooms and another bathroom. So we have this little hallway, a bedroom here with an ensuite bathroom, and then the 2 bedrooms for like children and toddlers. All right, dinner is served. Let's take a look at this little kitchen area real quick. So we have a lot of items from the new pack. Like, look at this corner shelf. I should have cluttered that up, but I forgot. And of course, it's very woodsy in here. I liked mixing this base game table with like these fairy, like leafy chairs as well. And just a little bit of clutter. We have this plant up here that I think we can water. We should be able to. I should probably see. I guess not. Okay. We can't do anything with that right now. That's okay. So, but that is our kitchen. I am going to make sure I set this as our kitchen sink. And I mean, maybe you can just call the meal here. Cool. So that they can all eat. Celeste, my girl, let's come and make sure you can sit here. We technically don't have a computer here, but this would be a great place to put one. Instead, I put like this floral pressing book here, so you can decorate enchanted items with florals or decorate items in general with florals. And this is where you can get some like different paintings and artwork and even candles, which is super fun, which you'll see around this house anyway. There's actually a couple up on this wall. Oh, why don't you do a classic painting and a small painting? You technically already ate. So like these two floral prints are what you can decorate with that floral pressing book, which I think is really fun. So cool. We have that completed. This room is pretty much functional. The bookshelves have some clutter from the new pack, like this stand-up picture frame, this statue of like an oak tree, I'm guessing, and then this like little fairy flower that is so pretty and purple. Christopher, I'm going to have you start testing out this bathroom here. Make sure we are all good to use it and everything. And we are going to set our sink type to bathroom. You can clean up. I think that would be good for your manners. Oh, look at little Orion coming up the stairs. See what's happening. I didn't see, guys. Did he shower? I'm going to assume he did. So we'll go upstairs anyway, I guess. Orion is going to play dolls. That is so cute. Celeste, I will have you come and test out this bathroom up here. This is where we have the tub. Downstairs bathroom does not have the tub, so just keep that in mind. Let's look at Orion in this room. This is the toddler room, and it's very orange. I really loved playing off of this rug here with the little gnome and the acorns, so we definitely really lean into that nature feel. This little cute acorn guy is a toy box. So let's maybe see if she can pull out a toy over there. I think that would be fun. This little acorn's a little nightlight. I'm going to turn this on. Maybe not. Okay. Turn off this light. Oh, okay. There he goes. Turn on this light. Cute. Well, she got her toy. And then next up, I think I will read Toddler to Sleep. Why didn't that pop up? Why don't you go here? Okay. Now can you read Toddler to Sleep? Can you sit? Can you put Orion to bed? No, I think the acorn might be in our way, which sucks because he's so cute right there. I wonder if I just scooch it over a little bit, maybe that could work? No, that is still not working. Let's try something else and see if Orion can go to bed. Let's go nap. Yeah, okay. She can get in. I'm thinking it probably has to do with this, so I wonder if I just move it here. Kind of messes with the vibe I was going with a little bit, but whatever. Okay, let's cancel this nap. And now let's try and let's fast forward a little bit. Okay, read Toddler to Sleep. Atlas, I would love if you can try drawing some shapes maybe on this. Make sure this works. I know technically toddlers can't use this thing, and I keep putting it in toddler rooms, but it is what it is. They grow up into kids eventually, right? Okay. Does she just not want to be read to sleep? Oh, there we go. Okay, we're doing it. Celeste, my girl, you okay? She is just standing in the hallway. I'm guessing our bathroom was okay. Let me take a shower again. Yeah, she can get to it. Cool. So this bedroom became very green because I am in love with this green this green swatch. Let's relax on the bed and make sure that works. Beautiful. We also have this painting again up here. We have a bookshelf, which is super cute and woodsy, and I never get to use like the full green furniture in here, so I really like that. And of course we have dressers and things that are easily accessible as well. And our final bedroom here is very much like mythical creature vibe. We've got like this little griffin, hippogriff thing over here and a little dragon plushie. I love this dragon plushie over here. So let's make sure you can come and relax. Did that cancel? Go here. Go here. The dresser is in the way? This dresser? Okay, what if you go here? Celeste is feeling a romantic connection for Christopher and wants to suggest a date. Do you want this to happen, Celeste? We are in the middle of something. Not right now. Alright, kid, can you go here now? Why are you going that way? Let's hug Dino. Can you get in there? Why is that in our way? Okay, maybe if I just scooch it up and let it clip. Now, can you hug Dino? Can you come in here at all? Oh my god, he's like aggressively waving like, dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you can't get in here. Let's move things around and maybe pull him out this way. Oh wait, not ask help for cleaning. Go here. Why is this in the way? If I move it, is it still in the way? It's literally all the way over there. If I put it outside, is it in the way? Is it glitched? It might be glitched. Let's copy it. Sometimes items do this when they get glitched for some reason and you have to like replace it. I just don't understand why that's in the way. I wonder if it's these. Okay, so I have these like lights around the door. So what if I move them like to the side? Okay, I think it was the lights. I should put that dresser back actually. I think it was in like this swatch here. So if I put it back here, everything's working perfect. All right. Oh, look at that. So cute hugging the dino. Let's see. Why are you gonna sleep there? Well, at least we know. At least we know it works. But that's not your bed, dude. You should come and sleep over here with your wife. Don't take over your kid's bed. But that was the last room. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I feel like that was a pretty quick play test. But as you can see, everything is functional. Well, that has been us play testing today's build. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. And just so you know, it is not up on the gallery just yet. I am waiting for the pack to get released. So if for some reason I take a little too long or it just isn't up there, then let me know. I do not mind you guys poking me, yelling at me in the comments to let me know to upload this. It is limited pack, so I feel like it would be a great way to start your gameplay experience, perhaps, and exploring the new pack. Let me know what you guys think of the pack in the comments down below. Thank you again for watching, and special thanks to my channel members for supporting me in that way. You guys freaking rock. And I will talk to you all in the next one. Bye!